Blood flow problems like numbness, cold hands and feet, and that painful tingling are not just an annoying part of getting older. They are a loud, clear sign that the delivery system inside your body, the one responsible for getting life-giving oxygen and nutrients to every single cell, is starting to break down. If you ignore this poor circulation, it leads to things we fear most: memory decline, constant pain, and a complete loss of independence. But listen closely, because what I am about to share with you today is a simple doctor-approved solution using just 2 essential vitamins. These 2 powerhouse nutrients can actually rebuild and refresh your circulation system from the inside out, even if you are over 60. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly what these vitamins are, how to take them properly, and the one critical mistake most people make that completely blocks their benefits. I promise, your life does not have to be limited by poor circulation. For years, I've helped thousands of seniors restore their health and vitality by focusing on simple, science-backed nutritional strategies that actually work. The root cause of almost all circulation problems in seniors is something called endothelial dysfunction. Think of your circulatory system like the plumbing in an older house. When you were young, those pipes, your arteries and veins were clean, flexible, and wide open. Blood flowed through effortlessly. But as we age, especially past 60, decades of silent inflammation, exposure to environmental toxins, and even common dietary choices cause the smooth inner lining of those vessels, called the endothelium, to become stiff, sticky, and damaged. This isn't about a massive blockage suddenly appearing. This is about the microscopic ability of your vessels to properly dilate and constrict being gradually compromised. When that ability fails, the small capillaries, those tiny vessels that feed your toes, your fingertips, and your brain, start to literally starve. That's when you feel the numbness, the constant coldness, and the weakness that won't go away. The truly good news is that this damage is reversible, but you need the right nutritional tools to fix the underlying problem itself. Most seniors don't know this next part, and it's critical. The first and most important vitamin for reversing endothelial damage and restoring proper blood flow is vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form. Now, most people know about vitamin K for blood clotting, but K2 is a completely different player in the game of cardiovascular health. Think of vitamin K2 as the traffic controller for calcium inside your body. You absolutely need calcium for strong bones, but when you have endothelial damage, calcium can start depositing where it absolutely doesn't belong, in the soft tissues of your arterial walls. This process is called arterial calcification, and it's what makes your arteries stiff, like old plastic pipes, instead of elastic and flexible, like healthy rubber tubing. Vitamin K2 MK7 activates specific proteins that literally grab excess calcium out of your arteries and redirect it into your bones and teeth where it actually belongs. By cleaning calcium buildup out of arterial walls, vitamin K2 makes your vessels pliable again, allowing them to expand and contract correctly. This immediately improves both the volume and speed of blood flow, especially to those farthest extremities like your feet and hands. We're not just masking a symptom here. We're addressing the literal physical hardening of your arteries at the cellular level. A lack of K2 is one of the biggest hidden drivers of age-related circulation problems that conventional medicine often overlooks. The recommended dosage for most seniors specifically looking to improve blood flow is approximately 180 to 360 micrograms of the MK7 form daily. But stay with me, because the next vitamin works in perfect partnership with K2 and is even more powerful. The second powerhouse nutrient is vitamin D3. Now, you may be thinking of D3 primarily for bone health, and you're right about that connection. But its role in blood flow and circulation is just as vital and often ignored. Vitamin D isn't just a simple vitamin. It's actually a hormone precursor that has receptors on virtually every cell in your body, and yes, that includes the cells of your endothelium, that inner lining of blood vessels we discussed. Research has consistently shown a strong correlation between low vitamin D levels and dramatically increased risk of cardiovascular disease, including poor circulation and elevated blood pressure. Vitamin D helps regulate the release of a compound called nitric oxide, which is your body's natural vasodilator. Think of nitric oxide as the internal switch that tells your arteries to relax and widen, instantly dropping resistance and improving blood flow throughout your entire system. When your D3 levels are chronically low, your body simply cannot produce enough nitric oxide, and your blood vessels stay constricted, leading to poor circulation and higher blood pressure that strains your heart. Furthermore, D3 is a potent anti-inflammatory agent. Since chronic inflammation is the primary cause of endothelial damage in the first place, vitamin D3 acts as a powerful protective shield for your arteries against daily wear and tear. Here's why these two work together so beautifully. K2 cleans the arterial pipes of calcium buildup, making them flexible again. D3 relaxes those same pipes by promoting nitric oxide production, which dilates them. That's why they are the dynamic duo for senior blood flow health. The key is finding your optimal dosage, which for many seniors falls between 2,000 and 5,000 international units of D3 daily. But you should always test your blood levels with your doctor first. That simple blood test is absolutely crucial for determining your individual needs. Now, you cannot rely on supplements alone to fix circulation problems. Your nutritional support for better blood flow must start with what's on your plate every day. To get natural vitamin K2, focus on fermented foods like natto, which is the most concentrated source available. But if you can't tolerate natto, look for aged, hard cheeses like Gouda and Swiss, along with grass-fed butter and certain organ meats. For vitamin D3, direct sunlight exposure is always the best source, but that's difficult for many seniors, especially during winter months or if you have limited mobility. Fatty fish like wild salmon, mackerel, and sardines are helpful, along with fortified dairy products. But let's talk about foods that directly support that nitric oxide production vitamin D is promoting. These are called nitrate-rich foods, and they're game changers. Consider adding a daily serving of beets, either whole, roasted, or as fresh juice. Spinach, arugula, Swiss chard, and even a small amount of dark chocolate with at least 70% cacao all provide the raw materials your body uses to create that artery-relaxing nitric oxide, dramatically boosting your blood flow naturally. This nutritional foundation creates the perfect internal environment for the two key vitamins to do their transformative work. Beyond the two primary vitamins, we need to consider some secondary solutions that amplify their effects. I call these the active circulation helpers. The simplest and most overlooked helper is proper hydration. Blood is primarily water, and even mild dehydration makes your blood thicker and more sluggish, putting unnecessary strain on your heart and making it harder for blood to reach your extremities. Aim for half your body weight in ounces of filtered water daily. For example, if you weigh 150 pounds, aim for 75 ounces of clean water spread throughout the day. Another powerful active helper is regular movement. You don't need to run marathons or do intense exercise. Simply walking for 10 to 15 minutes 2 to 3 times daily is like giving your circulation system a gentle but necessary mechanical push. The muscle contractions act as a secondary pump, helping blood in your veins push back up toward your heart against gravity. This is especially vital for preventing swelling and uncomfortable pooling in your legs and ankles. Let me address a common related problem that often goes hand in hand with poor circulation: peripheral neuropathy. Poor blood flow is one of the main drivers of painful peripheral neuropathy, that burning, tingling, or stabbing pain usually experienced in the feet and hands. When those tiny capillaries don't deliver enough oxygen and nutrients, the delicate nerve fibers start to starve and deteriorate. The pain you feel is literally the nerve sending desperate distress signals. While K2 and D3 are essential foundational fixes, if you're actively dealing with neuropathy symptoms, you need to add one more targeted supplement, alpha-lipoic acid, or ALA. ALA is a powerful antioxidant that is both fat and water-soluble, meaning it can penetrate every part of the nerve cell to actively heal the accumulated damage. Studies show that a dosage of 600 milligrams of ALA daily can significantly reduce nerve pain and numbness over time. This directly fixes nerve damage, but it works in synergistic partnership with the improved blood flow that K2 and D3 are simultaneously providing. You must fix the plumbing and heal the nerves at the same time for complete relief. For more advanced circulation improvements, we move beyond supplements and nutrition to focus on simple physics and body mechanics. Posture and elevation are incredibly powerful, yet completely free tools for improving blood flow. When you sit for extended periods, especially hunched over, you compress the large arteries in your groin and torso, restricting flow. Make it a non-negotiable habit to stand up and walk around for at least 60 seconds every single hour you're awake. When you're resting at home, practice deliberate leg elevation. Elevating your feet above the level of your heart for just 15 minutes a few times daily uses gravity to help pooled blood in your lower legs drain back toward your core. This is a genuine game changer for reducing ankle swelling and leg fatigue. Another advanced technique is deep diaphragmatic breathing. When you breathe deeply using your diaphragm, you create a vacuum effect in your chest cavity that helps pull venous blood from your lower body back toward your heart. Simple, deep, slow belly breaths for just 5 minutes daily can literally make your entire circulatory system work more efficiently. Now let me address the lifestyle mistakes that actively sabotage all your efforts to improve blood flow. The biggest mistake, the one that directly undermines the effects of vitamin K2 and D3, is chronic unmanaged stress. When you're chronically stressed, your body constantly floods with cortisol and adrenaline. These stress hormones are powerful vasoconstrictors, meaning they physically tell your arteries to squeeze shut and stay tight. You can be taking the best supplements in the world, eating perfectly, but if you're constantly in a state of high stress, your own body is actively fighting against the vasodilating effects you're trying to achieve. Find a simple stress reduction technique that genuinely works for you, whether it's 5 minutes of quiet meditation, listening to calming music, gentle stretching, or even just sitting outside in nature. The second major mistake is believing that all dietary fats are inherently bad. This outdated thinking leads seniors to avoid healthy fats and instead use artificial vegetable oils and seed oils, which are extremely high in unstable omega-6 fats that promote the chronic inflammation damaging your endothelium. Focus instead on healthy, stable fats like extra virgin olive oil, avocados, coconut oil, and the omega-3 fatty acids found in oily fish like salmon and sardines. These healthy fats are profoundly anti-inflammatory and directly support the smooth, flexible walls of your blood vessels. The third critical mistake is chronically insufficient sleep. During deep sleep stages, your body actively repairs that endothelial lining and balances hormones that regulate blood pressure. Consistently skimping on sleep leads to chronic low-level inflammation and severely impairs your body's ability to naturally regulate blood flow. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality, uninterrupted sleep every single night. To give your blood flow an additional science-backed boost, I suggest adding a few more targeted compounds to your regimen. First is L-arginine. L-arginine is an amino acid that your body uses as a direct precursor to create nitric oxide, that natural artery relaxer we discussed earlier. Supplementing with L-arginine can directly increase nitric oxide availability, leading to immediate vasodilation and noticeably better circulation. The effective dose is usually around 3 to 5 grams daily, taken in divided doses. Secondly, strongly consider adding coenzyme Q10 or CoQ10. CoQ10 is absolutely vital for energy production in every cell, especially heart muscle cells. Since improving circulation naturally puts a slight increased demand on your heart as the pump, CoQ10 ensures that pump itself is working at peak efficiency. It also has potent antioxidant effects that protect blood vessel walls from ongoing oxidative damage. A dosage of 100 to 200 milligrams daily is highly recommended for seniors, especially those taking statin medications, which dramatically deplete natural CoQ10 levels. L-arginine and CoQ10 are powerful complementary partners to your foundational K2 and D3 strategy. Now let me give you a simple, practical daily routine that puts all of this information together. This is your complete action plan for optimal blood flow restoration. Every morning with breakfast, take your Foundation Duo. Vitamin K2, MK7 at 180 to 360 micrograms and vitamin D3 at your appropriate individualized dosage. Always take them with a small healthy fat source like a tablespoon of olive oil or a handful of nuts to maximize fat-soluble vitamin absorption. Make sure your breakfast includes nitrate-rich foods like sautéed spinach or a small glass of beet juice. If you're dealing with neuropathy, add your alpha-lipoic acid dose at this time as well, along with L-arginine. Throughout your day, maintain steady hydration by consistently sipping clean water. Set an alarm, if needed, to remind yourself to stand up and move for 60 seconds every single hour. In the late afternoon, take 15 minutes to elevate your feet above heart level while practicing slow, deep diaphragmatic breathing. Finally, before bed, take your CoQ10 dose and create an environment that sets you up for 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted, restorative sleep. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. This comprehensive approach addresses the root cause of endothelial damage, cleans calcium from arteries, relaxes and dilates vessels, and heals damaged nerves. It's not just a random collection of supplements, it's a complete, science-based blood flow restoration program designed specifically for aging bodies. I want you to truly understand this. Your age is not a life sentence of poor circulation and declining health. The human body, even well after 60, has an absolutely incredible capacity for healing and regeneration when given the right tools and nutrients. Don't let that persistent coldness in your feet or the constant tingling in your fingers convince you that this is simply your new normal that you must accept. It absolutely is not. By giving your body these two critical vitamins along with the supporting strategies I've outlined, you can genuinely restore the health and flexibility of your blood vessels and reclaim your comfort, energy, and independence. Take control of your circulation starting today. You deserve to feel vibrant, energetic, and fully alive at every age. If you found this information helpful and actionable, please subscribe to Dr. Emily Carter for more science-backed health solutions specifically designed for seniors over 60. Let me know in the comments which of these strategies you're going to implement first. Your support helps me continue creating practical health content that actually makes a difference in people's lives. Thanks for watching, and here's to your circulation health.